all doing well. Technically it's morning for me, it's probably good afternoon for you. So today I've come out here to explain why I decided to sell my 85 f1.8 and my 50 f1.4 and what new two lenses I have got. If you follow me on Instagram, you already know what two lenses I've got. I also need to go and pay for parking. Alright, car's sorted, got 2 hours, plenty of time to do this video, and there's no wind today. Might be able to fly the drone for a bit. I've also got to try and find somewhere quiet to set up the camera because there are tourists everywhere. Only problem with living near the coast when it's tourist season, they're all over the gaff. Here, there, everywhere, clogging up the roads. Recently I've had a massive shake up with 2 of my lenses, and a lot of people messaging me like, why have you done it? What, you know, is the Viltrox still a good lens? Why have you sold the Sigma 50 f1.4? I just thought I'd better make a video about it because I know a lot of people are like wondering why in the world I've done it. Oh, I could set the camera up here. We could do it here. Jeez, it is humid and it's bright today, even though it's cloudy. You know, I have a real bad problem where I squint so badly so people can hardly ever see my eyes. So before I explain why I sold the Sigma 50 f1.4 and the Viltrox 85 f1.8, I thought I'd just quickly show you, get you up to speed on what 2 lenses I have bought as a replacement. So I've got the Sony 50 f1.8. This is one of the best budget lenses you can get for Sony mirrorless cameras, and then I put a lot of money into this beast right here. This is the Sigma 85 f1.4 and it is a beast, such a beast. I hope this isn't an electric fence. Ooh. Doesn't that look so cool right there? The wind is still okay, so I reckon we can fly my drone here, but you know what? I'm going to try and set up the camera around here so I can have the lighthouse in the background. Okay, so this is not ideal. Sorry about the current setup. I can't get the lighthouse in the background because look what's just broken on me. Another K&F concept tripod. I've come all the way out here. I've driven half an hour to get here and my tripod's broke on me. And the thing is, this tripod's had very light use. And I'm sorry, this cost me like £80 or something like that. This ain't a cheap bit of equipment, but it's made to the cheapest standard possible. I probably shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that about companies, but it just gets under your skin. Luckily, I've got the reliable Joby tripod that's filming this right now. If you've got any recommendations, let me know. You know what? We can refresh. Let's just get on. A bit of equipment's broke, but we can still make this video. We can still make it work, guys. So the decision to sell my Viltrox and Sigma lens came out of the blue, right? It was literally one night I was thinking, and I was like, I could sell both lenses and get 2 different lenses. And I researched into it for hours because when I get into that kind of process, I just am fixated on it. So I figured everything out and realized that it is a viable option to go down that route, but why did I do it? Ultimately, the Sigma 50 f1.4, as amazing as that lens is, because I had an 85mm lens, I rarely used it. I took it to places like Edinburgh, Newcastle, Manchester, even took it to London when I was down there to the meetup and everything like that, and it didn't go on the camera once. And I just thought, why have I even got it? When I got the Viltrox 85mm lens, it was the prime lens I was shooting with 90% of the time because I really dig the compression, I really like the shallow depth of field you get with that lens, I really like it for street photography, street portraiture, and a lot of areas of photography. It is a great focal length, and I'm actually going to be doing a video, hopefully next few weeks or so, explaining why everyone should have an 85mm lens. It doesn't have to be a Sigma, it can be any of them because they all do a fantastic job. But why did I go with the Sigma lens? Ultimately, it was because I wanted an 85mm lens that was great for photography and video, and ideally I wanted an f1.4 aperture as well. So I decided to put all my cards on the table and go for that one. And you know what, so far, just from the little bit of testing I've been doing with it and shooting with it the last few days, it really hasn't disappointed me in photography or video. It is the best for all sectors. You know what, cities are fantastic for photography, but sometimes you just can't beat this. The 50. Why did I decide to go with the 50 f1.8? Mainly because it's a cheap budget lens that packs one hell of a punch. I've seen a lot of people shooting with this lens. A lot of you guys watching this might even have this lens because it is fantastic for photography, and recently they did an update with the lens, so it's fantastic choice for video as well. Basically what I've really done is I've swapped having a 50 f1.4 for a 50 f1.8, and I've swapped having an 85 f1.8 to having an 85 f1.4. That is a lot of 4s, 1s, 85s, 50s. There's a lot of numbers in there. The numbers, Mason, what do they mean? That was so stupid. Probably can't see this, but there's a guy over there flying his drone, and he hasn't crashed yet. So that's giving me a comfort sign, knowing that it's safe to fly. Let's go. Update on the drone flying. I didn't crash it. That's always a positive. Got so many good shots through that. You've probably seen it all in the intro of today's video. But it was having a weird issue where even when stationary in hover mode, it was just rotating right. I think I might need to recalibrate the drone a little bit. Something about me and equipment today is not working hand in hand. And I'm going to throw some photos up on screen now because I'm going to go around here, do a bit of exploring with the 85 and the 50mm. And then we're going to go back and have a look through the hashtag CP photos. We ain't going to be shooting today's outro at 24mm, we're going to be shooting it at 14mm. Look at that, 24, 14, what a difference. You can see everything in this room with this lens. If you don't know, I hired it for a few days for a client shoot I was doing, and then the next day I also had a wedding I was shooting as well. So I decided to do a video shoot with it and a photo shoot with it, and you know what, this lens performed tremendously well, and it paid dividends to have it for both of those shoots for certain shooting situations. And that actually brings me on to an interesting point about hiring equipment. Now I've hired this lens for a few days and I've used it for a few days, I know that in the future I want to have this lens in my camera bag. That might actually be a video idea for the future, hiring equipment. There you go. You know what, let me stop rambling and let's jump straight in to the hashtag CP photos. Kicking things off today, we're going to start by looking at this image by It's Liam Simpson of this woman standing here on a phone. I like the colour grading in this image. It reminds me of the colour grading in the film Joker. I really like the greens and everything you captured in that image. This next one by Drone QA of this pigeon. Nice shallow depth of field as well. That was my pigeon impression. It's quite rad. It's bad. Scrolling down a little bit, we've got this one by Street Ronettes. I like the colours and the tones of the image. It also looks like you've used a diffusion filter with the lights because they're blooming a little bit, but I might be mistaken. I also like the framing as well. That's a great shot right there. And we'll scroll down a little bit more. I like this one. I noticed this earlier by Janos Photography. I like the framing with the moon right in the middle with using the trees. Really cool shot right there. And there's so much detail in the moon as well. That's spectacular. We're gonna have a look at one more photograph today, and I'm gonna choose this one by Travel Geography Live. I like the vibrancy, the composition is perfect. You've got leading lines there as well, leading our eyes straight up to the windmill. Everything about that shot is absolutely fantastic. Thank you for using the hashtag. That's where I'm going to be leaving today's video, guys. If I've missed anything or you got any questions about the new lenses, please let me know in the comment section below. Also, if you use these lenses, it'd be really interesting to hear what your thoughts are on them as well. I'm also going to be doing a lot of POVs with these lenses in the future, so if you don't want to miss any of that, make sure you are subscribed to the channel and turn on the bell icon so you're notified for whenever I release a new video. And the last thing to say from me today is thank you for watching, take care, keep creating, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.